Today on the shed build we're going to look at putting the stirrups and the footings in. First off, I'm going to look at putting the two centre stirrups in. Dug a hole there, and dug the other hole over here, ready to go. Okay, there's the hole in the stirrup. The stirrup's screwed on enough so I can position everything at the moment. Now on the bottom of the hole I rammed it with the mushroom piece of the crowbar just to get the bottom of the hole a little bit harder, if you know what I mean, so all this doesn't subside too much. Hopefully that will keep it at least level for a little while. So what I'll do now is I'll go and do the other side and get that to the same state as this one, and we'll start having a look at mixing the concrete and tipping that into the bucket. Alright, well there's the concrete in the hole. That was one bag, hasn't quite filled up the bucket, but that should be enough for what we're doing. I used post set concrete, which is for posts and fences and letterboxes and just general stuff. It's got all the stuff in it, it's got all the rocks and stuff in it, so it's pre-mixed. I just mixed it up in a wheelbarrow there. Now before I went ahead with all this, I put my level on everything and made sure everything was pretty level. So that's that today. I only got one bag today, so I'll get some more bags tomorrow, and we'll do some more holes and some more concreting, and we'll see if we can set the rest of this off. Right, what we've got here is we've had a success with the first one. It's gone off. I'm going to go and do the other one now. I've got my 9 bags of concrete there, ready for each corner. I've got all the corners laid out. So what I'll do now is I'll go around, dig the holes, set the stirrups, put the buckets underneath it and get it all set up, mix up each bag and put them in. What I have thought of is I've got some brackets here, and I was thinking I kind of need to I want to attach this part to this part to give it a bit more strength. So I'm going to chuck these fellas in here just like that, just to attach this front part to here a bit more. I know I've got a heap of screws here, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to have to build a ramp for the front here. I'm not quite sure where the door is going to end up, whether I put the shed up this end or down that end, or whether I can reposition the door in the front, so I'm not sure where that's going to end up. But there's going to be a ramp here somewhere along the lines, either going up this way into the door or going straight up into the door. Okay, there's the 4 corners there now. Got the brackets screwed on there, in each corner. There and there. So I'm just going to do the 4 corners, get the concrete onto those first, and then I'll do the other centre ones. Okay, we've got all our stirrups in, they're all concreted in, all looking pretty good. We now need to put our dirt back in. As I started peeling, I peeled the outsides of the buckets off the concrete. You can see all the remnants there. We've had a little bit of rain since now, and I've got a couple of holes that are holding water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the holes and ram the holes up to pretty much the top of the concrete there, and then I'm going to fill the rest of this up full of rocks, like drainage rocks. I've got one over here in particular. This one here is full of water, so putting the rocks in there will draw the water out of the hole. Now this seems to be pulling water from up the hill, so that's where that's coming from. There, it was coming out of the wall there, before, but I've mainly pulled the skins off the buckets just to stop any damp staying on the concrete. You can see a little bit of damp on the bottom there. So that's where I'm up to now. I'm just going to go around, fill up these around the concrete footings there, ram them all down, and then when we get some rocks, we'll put them around the top there. Now we've got our drainage rocks all in the holes. We've rammed our dirt in around our concrete footings. Now I've put, and then that was up to just below the concrete of each footing. Now I've gone around and put 20mm drainage around the tops of all the posts, so that any water wants to wick out of the hole and dry out, they can draw it out. So that pretty much concludes this part of the build. So if you're enjoying what we're doing here at DM Engineering, click that subscribe button down there and we'll see you next video.